What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Robinson Motorsports. It's the 40th episode of the Weekend Garage Vlog. If you've been counting, there's been 40. I put kind of my project stuff in there just so it's kind of like a big playlist. But anywho, the shop is a complete mess right now. If you look, I used to have a parts washer right there. That's now gone. I gave that to my buddy because I have this ultrasonic cleaner here. I acquired another toolbox here, which so at work I was fixing this guy's MT. It's a little dingo bobcat thing, and he's got this shop and he was cleaning the shop out. He got a couple new toolboxes, things like that, and he was like, "Hey, do you want this toolbox?" I was like, "Well, fuck yeah, I'll take it." So here it is. I plan on using the top box here for a race box because it's bigger than the little 20-inch one that I have over there on the bench. This middle box I think will go over good by the computer, and this bottom box here matches my big toolbox. So I think what I'll do is I'll put it underneath the heater here, and then this box right here, I'll end up building into a welder cart for my new TIG welder that I got. That's right, I just bought a TIG welder because there's a couple things I still want to do on Franken Ripper. I want to build better luggage racks for my DR, and there's a couple like little shop projects that I want to do that require welding. I went with a TIG because I don't want the shop to turn into a welding shop and all dusty, dirty, everything like that. It's bad enough I have a grinder in here because I really like to keep things clean. So TIG welder was kind of like the easiest way to go. And on top of that, I can weld stainless, aluminum, and steel. So you could do everything with just about the same exact setup. So it's AHP. We'll probably do a whole nother video on that. Super excited about that because Franken Ripper is going to need a little bit of knick-knack things here and there. Pipe mounts, the mounts for the coil, mounts for the exhaust, and the list just goes on. And that's all aluminum welding. Oh, not to mention that I have to actually build new bottom radiator caps for this. So figured I'd do the 40th episode. We'll do a quick cleaning here, tour of the shop, and I'll just make it into a montage or something like that. So, hope you enjoy. So the plan is to move this workbench here, which is screwed to the wall, down to this workbench. They're about the same height, so I can deal with that. It's actually on blocks down here. I don't know if you can see it there. The goal is to actually be able to use this door right here in this cabinet. Before with the parts washer there, it was blocked off. Most of these drawers were blocked off here too. I'm gonna move that workbench down to here, still keeping my trash can there, so if I need to get into that cabinet I just pull the trash can out, open the door, and I can get in there. The end of that, where this gap is, it's like 32 I think here, is going to turn into a welding table down there with the welder, this bottom box over here. So that's kind of like the first order of business, is to kind of clean up this corner and move that workbench in. Before I move this workbench over, or actually the toolbox over, I'm going to measure how wide that door is, so then I know that the garbage can will fit in there and I know that the door can open. Alright, so I know where I need to be is 15 inches off of that. The door is actually 13, but the garbage cans is about 14, so if I make it 15 or 16, I'll be alright. So the workbench is 6 foot wide. This is like 42, 43. Yeah, 43. So if I want to center the workbench or the top on top of this, it's like 14.5 either side. Well, that's 15, so it works perfectly. Now we got to measure the depth. We are 24.5. We go 23.5 with a 1-inch overhang. Mint. Check this out. Mint. Nice and tight. And I can still get in there. Perfect. So you got the workbench moved over this way up against this workbench here. And it's actually looking real nice. I like that. Now I have all of this space right here, basically from the tip of my rear fender to here, a space for welding table, welder, things like that. So now I have to clean out this box, clean that box up, clean this box out, and pretty much transfer those two. Then I can put that box over here, this box underneath there, and then work on the top one. Things are starting to look a little bit cleaner over here. It's actually awesome to have the same color toolboxes there. It fits real nice, I think. So the next thing I got to do is I have to figure out how to split these two apart. This is going to be my race box. You can see it's kind of hosed. It looks like he didn't have the key to it, so he tried getting through and then he just ended up beating it up. But this would be a nice box to put my computer on top of. Ooh, look at that. Those could be useful for something. Oh, there's more. Look at all these sockets. Thanks, dude. There's a 22. I know I'm going to need that. With any used toolbox that I get, new to me, I always like to check underneath the bottom drawer. It's actually really cool what you can find underneath there. I can prove that. So, my old race box here, this one right here, it's like a little 20-inch 3-drawer Craftsman. It's actually a nice box. It was good because it's got a handle on top of it. I like it, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more. That's why I think that other box is going to be awesome for it. But going back to looking underneath the bottom drawer, I bought this box for 20 bucks off of a buddy. Underneath the bottom drawer was money. It's not much, but they're French dollar. I don't know what the hell they are, but they're in a plastic bag and I keep it in this toolbox with it. Alright, let's see what's underneath this thing. Got pictures. Looks like a iguana, 2 dogs, and cars, and a dude with an iguana. I think I'm gonna keep this iguana one. So I've worked on enough bikes that this wall right here is basically everything that I would need hand tool wise, and a couple other things like common stuff, but all my special tools are in separate drawers down here that are fork tools, engine tools, things like that. Then I have my main toolbox with my measuring tools and pretty much anything overflow that I really wouldn't need, but I still need it because I'm a mechanic and I need tools. So that being said, everything on this wall is just about everything I would need to tighten any type of bolt, fastener. Adjustment wise, there's a couple special tools like, well, for instance, this one right here. It's just an axle wrench for my 125 front and rear, and it's got a spark plug wrench on it. So I kind of need one of those for each bike, an extra one to put in this box because this is going to be my race box now. So I need to mirror everything on this wall and put it in this box. I plan on shadow boxing it making a spot for everything that I need with foam. And this is what I used to work with. This little guy here. And this is pretty much what I'm moving up to. It's more like a Matrix Concept size, I believe. I'm going to have to measure them and compare them. I think the Matrix Concepts might be a little bit deeper drawer. But this should work pretty damn well. Because they're full extent. And the biggest thing I'm looking at is this deep drawer in the bottom for spare parts, spare levers, things like that. Now I do have another box down here. This is my kind of like spare parts, tubes. That box ends up going to me with a 24-hour with clutch plates. I mean, major components that I have that were takeoffs from previous rebuilds, but still like within spec. Not going to last a whole season, but in a pinch, you might need them. Throttle tubes, I mean, things like that. Throttle cables, clutch cables. So maybe I can fit some of that down here. Alright, at this point I think I claimed a little bit of my shop back here. I gotta do something about the lighting here, because obviously you see on my face it's kind of dark here. There's only a single light where there's, let's see, 1, 2 there. Then there's another one on the other side of that beam. I bought an LED light to put up here to hopefully keep the same amount of light here but disperse it more. So I'm going to take this one behind me, move it parallel to this one, and then take the one in front of me and go parallel to that one. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see what the lighting kind of looks like in a minute here. I'm going to go ahead and put that LED up over here. Alright, this guy. This is why I don't like LEDs. Well, this color LEDs, and I'm kind of picky about daylight. This is a daylight fluorescent bulb. That is an LED, well, $16 Home Depot LED. And if you just look, we're white here, a good white over there, and it's just yellow back there. And I'm not a fan of it. I'm sorry, I do not like that color. I like daylight. So this guy, listen to me. They may be cheaper, but no, sorry. See? Even. It looks good. Now I just need another one of these, but unfortunately Home Depot doesn't sell them anymore. So I gotta figure out another alternative. Still got a little bit of cleaning to do yet, but the shop is kind of turning out to be pretty sweet. I just want to take a minute here and thank everyone for watching this channel. I really appreciate it. Your likes, your views, the people that subscribe. I think I'm at about 150 now at 40 episodes. So this one's kind of like a bullshit thrown together episode, but I just actually want to sit here and thank everyone that has been watching these and pushing me along. It's been an awesome experience, and I will see everyone on the next one.